Okay, another episode of Contractor Diaries
Nothing Bundt Cakes.
Featuring Zachary Baldwin for the first time. We just left a networking meeting called Powerhouse Networking down in South Jordan.
Yep.
And there's a guy there that brings Bundt cakes with him from the store Nothing Bundt Cakes, which is really good. So, Zach, tell the people what you've been working on in the last couple weeks in the business. This is supposed to be a video for contractors, like relatable content for them. Like maybe another HVAC company would watch this in a different state.
What have I been working on? I've been working on air conditioners.
Yeah, anything particularly challenging lately? Like the motor?
Yeah, the exhaust fan that hasn't been working right.
Yeah, so
that's upsetting.
So what's been going on with it?
It's been tripping the breaker. It's not starting. I don't think we have good starting torque. So I'm going to put a smaller drive pulley on it and see what happens.
Yep. And what else have you been working on lately?
Lots of stuff. We just got a maintenance plan for a warehouse. Okay, that's me. I'm supposed to go.
Yeah, our first commercial maintenance plan.
Yeah, for a warehouse with some heat, some AC units, and that's pretty good.
I mean, we had one before, but the person that signed it doesn't work there anymore.
Which one?
It was
that old folks home.
Yeah, and so
well, no, he never signed it.
No, he signed the maintenance plan.
Oh.
I was like, if you sign the maintenance plan, we'll give you 10% off for this install. And he did, and we have to go back there for maintenance, but he doesn't work there anymore. And they didn't know that he bought stuff from us, so they went overdue for a long time. So when it came time to pay, they were upset because there was fees. And so I don't think they're going to have us come back for maintenance.
Well, I mean, these things happen in business.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do have us come back for maintenance. You never know. We might contact them in the spring and they're like, yeah, let's set it up.
That's true.
You know? I mean, it's just business.
That's true.
You know? The whole thing about business is you want to get paid as much as possible and you want to pay out as little as possible. That's it.
Speaking of paid out, we are starting our affiliate program where affiliates can get a link that is special just for them, and when the customers make a purchase through that link, they automatically earn a commission on the sale, and it's all automatically tracked on a leaderboard in our back end, which the affiliates have access to see.
Yeah, you just got to put it in your back end.
And it's all automated. The system is already built, so it's not like I have to remember to pay you a commission. It just automatically pays you out through PayPal, which is great. And we're gonna have monthly meetings with sales training for people that want to do like a little side gig. Like they don't really have their own business, but they kind of want to sell.
It's an MLM.
It's not an MLM.
You look, if you get 2 people to sign up and they get 2 people to sign up, then you get a fraction of all their sales. And then they get 2 people to sign up and you go 7 layers deep, you're at half the world's population.
I don't think it works like that. I know that I can go 7 layers deep, but I don't know if the person that gets the other person to sign up as an affiliate
7 levels of hell
gets a commission
Dante's
from the person below
Inferno.
them. I would have to check that. I don't know if you can set it up like an MLM, but we do have an official affiliate program, and our affiliates will be more like brand ambassadors and get reloaded with merch and stuff like stickers and hoodies and cups and like stuff.
Yeah, and if you sell enough stuff, we'll give you
a
pink Mary Kay, Utah Mechanical Cadillac.
Maybe a service van $50,000 service van with a backup camera.
Yeah, after I use it for 2 years.
No, we're not gonna treat it like an MLM. I'm not gonna like require people to get their friends to become an affiliate. But we do have a waiting list already. There are already like 35 people on our waiting list waiting for it to launch. Just local to us in Utah. But you don't have to be in Utah to sign up as an affiliate. You can be out of state. This would be good for like people on social media. So like if you're in like a mom group in Utah and someone's like, I'm looking for a furnace repair, then you can give them your link, and if they purchase the diagnostic visit through your link, you earn a commission. So that's basically how it is. And we're gonna do sales training and stuff for people that want to be serious about it and turn it into like a real side gig. Not just like random referrals here and there, but like more like continuously. So that's pretty cool. I did have a one-to-one meeting today with an owner of another home service company. They do plumbing, heating and air, and electrical, and they wanted to basically buy our company and have us like work under them as the HVAC part of their business. And so I don't think I ever want to sell this company, but I told them like I'm totally open to partnership, so let's start working together and see if there's anything there. So
If there's enough money, we could sell. See, we started this company up 2 years ago. So, I mean, if we get a 7-figure offer in 2 years, and then we just start another company and we do it again, every couple of years, you're telling me I can make a 7-figure paycheck. That's not a bad paycheck.
yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into the beginning part of building a company, though. I don't want to live the first 2 years of a startup business over and over again for the rest of my life.
Well, that's the thing. Once you've done it once, it gets easier. You also have more startup capital. It makes it a little easier.
I guess. I just would rather stick with one thing for a long time.
So, like, and every time you do it, it gets bigger. Like Elon Musk.
It is something to consider.
Elon
I'm totally
Musk
open
did
to
it.
the idea of starting a new business, but maybe not a new home service business. And I don't know if I'll ever sell this one. And so he's going to send us some jobs, some HVAC jobs, and I'm going to send
We're
him
going to
some...
sell the business and open up a bar.
I would be pretty good at making sales in a bar.
Yeah, and we're going to sell cheese sticks.
Cheese sticks. No, churros.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's basically it. We did a meeting today with our PEO service. They put on a educational training for how to attract and retain top talent, and it talked a little bit about culture and fit. What did you learn from that meeting, Zach?
You got to be nice to people. People like it when you're nice to them.
Right. Okay. I learned that, what did I learn? I learned that I should recognize the employees more frequently for smaller things.
Yeah. She did learn that because she immediately started texting all of our employees about how much she's grateful for them.
Yeah. And I also remembered to...
So if you're one of our employees and you didn't get a text today, she's not grateful for
Oh
you.
my God, Zach. I did also remember that I have to fix the stipends on one of our employees' paychecks, and that meeting reminded me of it because he said if you've ever hired an employee and like they show up and they don't have the stuff they need and you're like, oh shoot, I forgot, and you're like just now getting their stuff together, like their uniforms and like their computer and their tools and stuff together like on their first day, and it's not all ready to go on their first day, then they feel left out. And I realized I forgot to set up a stipend for one of my employees, so I did get reminded of that at the meeting. Hey look, A+ garage doors.
Yeah, those guys are pretty cool.
Yeah. I learned that at the meeting, and then we went to and then I sent a quote for something. I scheduled a couple of customers that called me while I was in the meeting. Our dispatcher is out today. She has a family thing she's taking care of, and she might be out again tomorrow. She should be back the day after, I hope, because the phone rings off the hook nonstop, and I really appreciate her answering the phone. What did you? And then we went to a networking group. Tell everyone about the networking group, Zach.
Powerhouse Networking, I think.
Yep.
I went to a couple of them today. I went to an energy group this morning, which was pretty good. I met a few people. I saw some friends that I haven't seen in a while, like networking friends that I haven't seen in a little while. Got to chat with some people. And then me and Emily went to Powerhouse Networking this afternoon. And we met a few new people, which Powerhouse Networking's a good 50 minutes away, but it's good because I feel like I attend so many networking meetings that it's hard for me to go to meetings where it's like
You're meeting new people?
everyone in there's new to me, right?
Yeah.
And so I got to this meeting and there was 20 plus people in attendance and I only knew 2 of them.
Yep.
So I think that's cool. I like going to meetings where I don't know anybody.
Yep.
It's nice and keeps things fresh.
Yep. And I got a haircut today. I have a little ponytail now.
I thought you did.
So,
When did you get a haircut?
so this morning,
Who cut it in?
Haley texted and said, I'm here at 8:30 a.m. And I thought she meant 8:30 p.m. So I was like, oh snap. And I was like, come to the office. And so she left our house and came to the office and cut my hair in an empty office right next to our office. And it's really funny because the receptionist of the office space that we rent, she walked in during that, and I was basically using the space like without paying for it secretly, and she caught us. But I cleaned everything up. It's good. I swept, vacuumed, and mopped. So
You could have done it in the common area.
I'm not gonna do a haircut in the
You
common
could
area.
have though, because we're allowed to use it. Nobody ever said we can't use it for haircuts. So I'm just saying.
We rent out a little room at the Regis. GPS calls it Regis, but the lady at the office said it's called a Regis in Ogden. And I have to remember to put the Google Maps profile up, our second location on Google Maps for Ogden. I have to remember to do that. I keep forgetting to do it. My SEO guy says I have to do it from the computer at the office because that signals to Google.
Like the
it's-
IP address or whatever.
Yeah, I have to create the Google Maps, like Google My Business profile from the computer at the office.
Yeah.
I can't do it like from my phone or from the computer at my house, the home office. What other like challenging calls have you gone on lately? Talk about a little bit about like your HVAC work you've been doing.
Man, I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. They're all challenging in their own way.
Okay, well, do you have any goals for 2026? Like, what's on the top of your mind?
My goals for 2026 are to expand more into commercial service.
Right.
If
Like-
I could get
Restaurants and
If-
stuff?
no, I don't. I'm sick of the small businesses. Small businesses and residential are basically the same market
Yeah, basically.
because it's going to be business owners and homeowners, and they're spending their own money, which it's even worse with small business owners because they have bigger repairs. Bigger repairs are more expensive, and basically it leads them to an emotional purchase.
Yeah.
The diagnostic's emotional, they're emotional.
We end up with a lot of
You end up arguing with people
that don't want to pay. They want you to do
they,
it for.
They don't want to pay. They don't want to do the repair, or they'll just put it off. Nope, they don't want to do maintenance. No, I want to get more into the realm of businesses
that have a budget for
that
HVAC.
have a budget for maintenance in general, and they understand that it's just part of the operating expense, and you're not dealing with an owner that's spending his own money.
You don't have to like educate them or beg them to make the repair.
Right, your level of interaction is going to be with some sort of facility manager or a maintenance coordinator or something.
Yeah, like we have Powder Mountain.
Right.
I just sent her the quote, and she's like, "Okay, I sent it off to get approved."
And
then once it's approved, they put the money in the account, and then we go do the job.
Right. They understand that it's just part of the operating expense.
Yeah.
So when you go and you're working on a 60-ton rooftop unit that needs a 25 horsepower blower motor put into it, it's just part of it, right? Like, yeah, it might be a $10,000-$12,000 job,
but they
know it's just part of it.
They know if they don't pay for it, then their stuff is down.
But then you have a higher efficiency for your billable hours as well, because instead of trying to pay guys to sell 3 or 4 jobs a day, you could sell 2 jobs a week like that and have 40 billable hours for your guy. And so your efficiency for billable hours will go from 50% to 80 and 90% efficiency. So you get a lot more billable hours, which means your cost per billable hour comes down. You can charge less. You're more competitive with your estimating.
Yeah.
You spend less time selling, less time billing. There's less billing. I think it's just a more efficient business model, honestly.
Yeah.
So that's my goal for 2026.
Is to crack the commercial market.
Yeah. What I want to crack down on all the complacent contractors, which is going to be my foothold.
Explain like what sort of stuff like a commercial client might see from their end to tell if their contractor that they've contracted with is getting complacent.
All right, here's an easy one. Your contractor is on site for 5 hours and they're billing you for 8.
Okay.
That's going to be a common one. If you put in a service call and they say they're going to be there at 7:30 in the morning and they're showing up at 9 in the morning. If the time frame for the repair is 2 days and it ends up being 2 weeks. Now, I understand that things happen.
Yeah,
with
sometimes
parts acquisition
stuff pops up
and stuff. But if it's a consistent thing, not every repair, not every project has to run over by a couple weeks.
Yeah, and then pretty rare if it's every project.
A big thing that you can check up on without bird dogging your contractors is if you have a bunch of rooftop units, especially you have a facility with a bunch of rooftop units and really only your HVAC guy goes out there. Go out onto the roof and go to the farthest unit.
Farthest unit from what? How you enter the roof?
Yeah, from the roof access. So whether it's a ladder on the side, if it's a hatch in the ceiling.
Like the one that requires the most work to get to.
Go out onto the roof and just look around your HVAC units. Are there a bunch of holes in the roof, right? Where they've dinged holes with the panels? Is there a bunch of trash? Are there old belts? When your contractor changes the belts in the rooftop unit, do they just take the old ones and throw them on top of the unit? I mean, it's good to keep an extra spare in the blower section or out of the elements, but if you're finding
like
empty
trash,
refrigerant bottles, empty pallets, trash, plastic, wrapping, old belts, old filters, boxes of materials, electrical parts.
So when they take the panels off of the air conditioner units on the roof or the rooftop units and set it on the roof, the corners of that panel can poke a hole in the roof.
Yeah, if they're just like not paying attention or complacent, right? Zipping the screws out and just not paying attention, that panel can fall down and the corner of it can angle down into the roof and put a hole in the roof.
And then you get a leak.
Yeah, and you don't notice it because you pay a roofing contractor to go out there once a year and look for stuff like this. and they just patch it, send you the bill. It's kind of part of your operating expenses. But it's a problem when you pay that roofing contractor to go out there and 90% of your holes are avoidable punctures around rooftop units.
Yeah.
Right? And it happens.
And it's more, your roofing bill is more expensive than.
Yeah, but it's just avoidable. It's just complacency that causes avoidable problems.
And what about filters? How often should filters get changed?
Well, that depends on
Usage.
the facility, right? If you have a real dusty and dirty place, or if you're in manufacturing or mining, right? If you're like a sand and gravel mine, you've got filters that you need to change out once or twice a week. There's going to be bag houses, dust extraction bag houses where you have to have blowdowns on them every hour.
What's a blowdown?
It's basically like an air hammer that knocks the filters.
Okay.
So
What
it knocks
about-
dust off of the filters.
What about like a car dealership? How often does a car dealership need to change their filters?
Depends on usage, honestly. Could be monthly, could be quarterly. If you're running your rooftop units, if you just want a good steady schedule, you could probably just do filter changes monthly with a couple of tune-ups a year to check the systems out.
Do you have any advice for any contractors that want to start a business? Like maybe there's like a technician or like a plumber or something that's working at a company now, and they're thinking like, I'm gonna go start my own thing. What would your advice be to them?
If you want to start your own company, start meeting people now.
Yeah, like going to networking.
However you can do it. Just meet as many people as possible. Because that's really what it's all about, is meeting people. Just meet people.
That's how we do it.
Pick up golfing, pick up
Other contractors do it differently.
whatever you can and just meet people.
Yeah.
As many as possible. Otherwise, don't do it.
If you don't want to meet people.
If you're not a people person, right? You're not out here and you're not genuinely a nice guy. Because I know a lot of really good technicians that aren't people.
Yeah.
Right? They aren't a goose geese.
A goose geese.
So.
No, a geese goose.
A geese goose.
Yeah, that is a good point. So, like, another thing about the people is, like, I have learned a lot that your business success is a reflection of who you are as a person and also how healthy your relationships are in your life. For example, like, your marriage. It's usually a husband and wife team that starts a contracting company together. And even if your wife isn't involved in the contracting business at all, the health of your marriage will show up in the health of your business. I learned that probably later than I should have, and like we have young kids, so like it's hard to take time out sometimes, and so now we're starting to focus more on that and just be intentional about having a strong
if
bond.
you're going to start a contracting business, do it before you get married and have kids, because then that stuff doesn't affect the business and vice versa.
Yeah, but also with people, like I learned a lot about like hiring people and attracting people. I remember when we first started our contracting business, we thought like, oh, we'll just hire a salesperson. It is not that easy. Like salespeople do not just show up like, hey, I want to sell your thing. And even if you interview them, they either want a massive salary, which you can't afford as a small business owner, or they don't believe in you enough to go commission only because you're a new business, you're volatile. So you have to do most of the sales yourself for like a long time. And just being able to attract the type of people that you need to work really hard to build a small business up off of the ground. If you want it to be more than just one dude in a truck, you're going to need people that are capable of handling a lot of pressure and wearing a lot of hats at first. And you won't be able to attract those types of people if you're not a good person yourself. Like, And I didn't really understand that at first because it's like, how do people know if I'm a good person or not? And like, even if I do the interview perfectly, like how would these candidates that are applying for jobs like even pick up on that? I don't know how it works, dude. It's just like law of attraction or something. I don't know. Like opportunities just started, bigger, better opportunities started showing themselves to me once I started like improving my communication skills and who I was as a person and being intentional about having a strong marriage. Have you noticed anything change after you started working on self-development?
No. Because all the heaters are still the same.
All the HVAC stuff is still the same. Well, that's good.
And I've always been a nice guy.
Zach has always been a very nice guy. Well, that's it for this episode of Contractor Diaries. We will see you guys next time.
Dude, what is happening?
It's like a bunch of stuff falling out of that truck.